How
Stream
long
has
is it
started.
this time? How long?
I don't know. We're starting about 30 minutes early, so we'll still shoot for maybe an hour, hour and a half, and then we have a few minutes to play. We'll figure out where we're at.
Okay.
Kind of go from.
Stream has
My
started. I don't know if
Discord
you
bot
guys
is, like,
heard.
way loud. Give me a sec.
Oh, I think mine's at the 5%.
Hey,
Music. There you
at what point do we actually are we able to learn new skills?
Ooh, like level up?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I'm saying like,
go. Feats?
you know, I don't know. It's under the skills tab, like acrobatics. I wanted to know acrobatics.
Oh, like increments on those things.
Or just be proficient in it. Like,
I
It
think
kinda-
It's usually based on
Yeah, I
your
think they're-
class.
Yeah, like there's a level thing. So like at level 3 you go up certain things, and then I think at level 4 instead of getting like more
Ability
abilities,
score
you can
improvement.
increase. I think you get to choose between a feat or a ability score increase.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
yeah, I'm looking at
Increase
like,
skills.
you know, 4th level. It just says ability score improvement. So
Yeah, so
Well-
you get a
Yeah.
point that you can assign to your strength or whatever.
What if you don't, need to increase any of those? Then you can just swap that over to get yourself a fancy new feat that we have like 5 pages of.
It's a new feat. I don't even have a single one yet. My case.
Well,
is
yeah,
an
that's
actual
because you
feat.
didn't do your variant thing this time.
Yeah. That's fine. I'm picking first.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's see. I guess let's get started. So, welcome back to Aenarath. Let's get this loaded up real quick.
I'm so happy to be back, Money.
I bet you are.
Yes, thank you for that
Zarzal.
thrilling episode last time.
Oh, it was
My-
exciting. It was exciting.
Yes, it
Everybody was excited.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'll take your word for it. I was asleep.
Okay, all right. So, last time in Aenarath, okay, so you guys, again, we'll kind of go back just a little bit. So you guys were able to make it across the bridge. As soon as you made it across the bridge, you were kind of presented with a couple of different options. You kind of chose to go towards the orange globe instead of the blue glow. Once in there, you found that there was an earth elemental that was bound. You did find out that the earth elemental, he was kind of being bound there to protect the bridge, to keep anybody that wasn't supposed to cross the bridge from going across. You guys did decide to free him, and he did give you a ring and rhetoric. I wasn't able to figure out how to get that added, so I think you could just manually do it, and then we'll take it off later on if somebody else has the ring. Yeah. So he gave you a pretty cool stone ring. It does have a pretty cool feature to it, so you can actually call upon this earth elemental if you ever need some help.
You have to like turn it 3 times, right?
You have to turn it 3 times. Yep, I think it was a piece of his sack or something. I don't remember what it was because you guys were
Yeah, man.
fondling his something. Anyways,
His unmentionables.
his unmentionables.
yeah, his bag of marbles.
His bag of his pork and beans.
The family jewels right there.
Nice. Okay. So you guys tracked back, went down the other path. You came into a room that had a bunch of entrances to it with kind of a pool of liquid in the center of it. Through a investigation, you found that there were 2 trails. One of them led one way, the other one, the pool of water, you could kind of see where something maybe was dragged out of it, or something was there's a trail of water going the other way. You guys decided to go the dry way. You went down the path. You found a ladder that led up. You guys went up the ladder and found kind of a safe house, for lack of a better term, that was there in the eastern district of Otay. You came out, everything seemed to be on the up and up, and you more or less lost the trail of the slavers there.
Yeah, man, we got bamboozled.
You got bamboozled. So you guys decided you were going to head back to the Rusty Dragon to level up and take a full rest. While you were there, you met up with Harkova and Leia. Leia actually took Ash outside. She wanted to talk to him because she felt like her and Harkova, which were kind of going around the city, kind of inquiring about different things, were being followed. While she was outside, she actually noticed some nefarious characters outside. They decided, the two characters decided to start running towards Ash and Leia, and Ash was unable to see the assassin that came up behind Leia, and Leia was killed.
Yes.
So that's where we left it. Ash was on his way to the morgue. Juan was following him, and the rest of the group was staying behind at the Rusty Dragon.
So what happened to Vendrath?
What do you mean?
Oh, he
you
came
were on the
back,
ship,
dude.
remember?
No, he came back.
He came back.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He came back.
Okay, so what did Vendrath do on the ship? Did he poke
He
around?
he didn't find
Wonderful.
anything. Yeah, he was just doing investigations, trying to see if he could track where they were going or anything, and he couldn't find anything. So
So nothing was in the captain's quarters or anything? No papers for clients?
couldn't find anything. Nope, it was cleaned out.
Back.
So then he called CSI, and they came in and dusted for fingerprints.
They created a
Whoa.
GUI with
Yes.
in .NET.
Visual Basic to track his IP address.
There you go.
Dude, I didn't even
Like-
know you could get Wi-Fi on that boat.
Okay. So that is where we left it. That's where we're at.
Do we know what group they were?
No.
No. We were able. There was kind of a. I don't want to call it a hint, but the assassin
It
that
was,
killed
it was a
Leia left
coin.
coin behind.
Why
it was a
do I
gold
still have that coin?
You have one, and I think the other two assassins that were there, they each had a coin. I don't know who picked them up, but I'm pretty sure it was like Raderick and Vendrath, but I wasn't sure because I think you guys chased down the other two.
I don't think I picked one up.
Okay,
I definitely did.
so somebody has them. I'm not sure exactly who it is. So, and yes, Ash, you have one.
Thank.
All right, so there we are. Luke, I'll get back to you in just a second on what you were doing while there was a skirmish outside. We're going to head over to where Juan and Ash are at the morgue.
Okay.
Are we like on the way there or already there?
Okay, sorry about that.
Well,
Okay, all right. So you guys make your way. You guys are obviously following the city guards, and they lead you to the morgue. So you guys are walking on your way to the morgue right now.
I pull Ash aside and
no, you that's not gonna work, dude. I'm still carrying Leia.
all right. Then
All
I
right.
Okay, we'll say that you make it to the morgue.
Thank you.
Ash, they tell you, okay, you can lay her down there,
Mhm.
a table. She's there by herself, so you go and you lay her down on the table. So it's just kind of you, a couple of city workers kind of in the room. It's just you, Juan, and these city workers now.
Okay. Did you want to do that thing, Willie?
now I pull him aside.
Whoa.
Listen. They tell you that time heals all wounds, but they don't tell you about the nasty scar it leaves. The important thing is what and how you think of that scar. Now, I ain't gonna tell you how to think or feel about your scar. But if you don't mind, I'd like to tell you about mine.
Sure.
Y'all know about the promise and the bow. to protect Annah and the kid. But what you don't know is that wasn't the last thing Merrick made me promise. He had one more thing in mind. Juan pauses for a moment. He handed me a dagger, wrapped his hands around mine, pointed the tip at his guts and said to me, "Please, end the pain. I'm ready now." I granted his dying wish, and after doing so, I carved myself a reminder of that moment with the same blade. Juan reveals his stomach scar, which reads in Gnomish, or family in Gnomish. It catches you off guard because it looks like it wasn't healed properly. It looks almost corrupt or something. It does not look right. As you can see, I hadn't mastered my healing skills at the time. In fact, this was my first thing at such a thing. I refused help from the clerics until one of them offered to teach me how to do it myself. Well, back to the point. It says family. He was family to me, and by extension, so are Annah and the kid. Whenever they're in danger, this scar, it burns. You think that it's anger that drives me, but you'd be dead wrong. It's fear. Fear of having to watch my family die. And you better believe nothing motivates a man more to fight more than death. Adrenaline is one hell of an energy boost. It's gonna suck for a bit, but you'll figure it out. You'll be okay. We'll be okay.
Alright.
You can roll perception if you want.
You know what? I'm too deep in thought, just from what you've told me, so take whatever you want.
Oh, I ain't stealing.
Oh, okay.
Out of character.
Okay, so are you gonna? Okay, so what are you guys doing now? So you guys are standing there. So he basically just revealed to you that he's been through obviously the same sort of traumatic experience. And so what are you guys doing now?
I'm kind of waiting for them to like come and approach us, asking what we want to do. I'm kind of waiting for that, just contemplating what has happened, while just feeling that coin in my hand.
Okay, so I mean, this is kind of a normal thing. The body's going to stay there for a while. They're not going to get to it, right away. We'll say that it's getting pretty late at night. Most everybody else is, besides you two, they've back at the Rusty Dragon. They've either they've gone to sleep or they're getting ready to go to sleep. These people are kind of just standing around waiting for you to, I guess, pay your last respects or wishes. Before they kind of close down the shop.
Okay. Yeah. I just tell like the closest one that looks important that I'll be back in the morning.
Okay. All right. So you tell him you're going to be back in the morning. And so you and Willie both kind of head out of the morgue. And Ash, go ahead and roll me a perception check. Don't worry, nobody's gonna die.
Not yet.
That's what you think. I'm gonna fucking shoot myself with something. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so let me close this. I have so many stupid windows. Okay, so as you guys are walking, I'm assuming you guys are going back to the Rusty Dragon.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So as you guys are walking back to the Rusty Dragon, you notice somebody kind of in the shadows down one of an alleyway. It kind of just catches your eye. The one thing that really sticks out is kind of the moonlight kind of reflects off of his face very brightly. You kind of look, you kind of look away, and you look back because it was enough for you to really notice it. And he's gone.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys make it back to the Rusty Dragon, and we're gonna say you guys are gonna do a full rest, so you guys are gonna sleep a full 6 hours, and we are now. Hold on one second. We are now in the next day, so everybody's awake. I guess everybody's down having breakfast in the bar.
Mhm.
Am I healed up or?
Yes, yeah, you should be full healed. I think you should already be healed up. If
Yeah,
not,
it says here 12 wound.
okay, yeah, go ahead and I think I need to re-add you back to the tracker here. Give me one sec. I think I can do it for you. Nope, it's not effects. We wanna rest. Long rest. There you go. Okay,
There we go.
everybody's back to full health. Okay, so everybody kind of wakes up, different times, but for the most part, you guys all make your way down to the bar area downstairs and start ordering breakfast and stuff. I'll say Ash and Juan, since you guys were out a little bit later than everybody else, you guys kind of wake up, or you guys kind of come down last.
Sure, man. I'm okay with that. Thank you. RP. This is time for RP, guys.
Very well.
Thank you, Roman.
Just to clarify, that I kind of just stood at the bar, kind of investigating what I could after that whole incident, and let Ashfade go to the morgue with his significant other I do not know. Both in character and out of character. But
Yep.
I imagine the staff here are kind of just cleaning up the mess, I guess, if there was a mess. And I'm just gonna be silently over at the bar, drinking some ale. Try not to cause any ruckus or any noise.
All right.
Morning,
Vendrath?
Ash.
Yeah,
Morning,
go ahead.
Ash. Sorry for what happened to.
I am not up yet.
Yeah,
Oh,
you've come. Oh, you're saying you're not up yet? I figured you guys
No,
came out later.
I am not up yet.
Okay, so
Oh,
so
shit.
Ash isn't there. Only Juan comes down. We'll say that then. Sorry, my bad.
Morning, Juan.
RP,
morning.
RP.
Morning, Juan. Rough night.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, I heard what happened to Leia. Can't imagine it's going through Ash right now.
Well, I can. He'll be okay. Just needs time.
The slavers getting away was bad enough, but then now this happens. It's one messed up couple of days.
Yep. Welcome to adventuring life.
Oh yes.
So what were you in
Sorry.
your room for? What was that letter?
Solid question. Money?
Okay, so
Whoa.
I'm sorry, I forgot to get with Luke on that. Okay, so
Thank you.
when you guys got back to the Rusty Dragon, Luke had a letter waiting for him from the barkeep. He gave it to him. Had his family seal on it. He kind of opened it and went upstairs right away. Luke, when you get upstairs, you open the letter and you're reading it. And you notice that it's actually a letter from your sister. She wants you. She needs you to come home as quick as possible. She doesn't really explain why in there. She just says that there's some family things that she needs to talk to you about. She doesn't feel safe talking to you about them over kind of through a letter, whatever. And she just signs it with her name, and she's got the the family seals on it. So
Yeah. So I know
it's
it's
an
from
official
Shieldhearts.
letter. Yep.
Well, unless wants to give me company, I gotta head back home, see what's going on.
All
See
right.
some issues going on with my sister.
Hope she's okay.
Yeah, but it must be pretty serious that you couldn't add it to the letter. I don't know what's going on with the house, with Shieldheart House right now, but it sounds urgent. So I don't know, like I could go on by myself, but wouldn't mind a bit of company and security just in case if it's something serious.
Whoa,
I mean-
out of character. Are you saying that the party should go with him? I'm sorry.
Who are you asking? Who are you talking to?
I'm talking about Yuffie. I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't hurt. I mean, out of character. I mean, you still got the other lead we can try on our way back after this. I mean, what's
You
that
mean the
place called?
fucking lizards?
No, the Grand Patty Mountains. That was my Shieldheart source. Told me there's a bunch of slavers from that same group up to Grand Patty Mountains.
Okay.
So, after I see what's going on with my house right now, we can always go up there and beat down those slavers and see where the other crowd went. Maybe get some leads. You know what I mean?
Why do I feel like we're in the part of the Civil War where we're just running around freeing slaves? I mean, it's a good thing, but it's kind of funny.
You say
Juan's
all of
already
that,
been in a war.
You say all of that out of character, I assume?
Out of character, because I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
even in the room.
Right in the room. No, he's still unconscious.
Dude, I am... Mm-mm. It's going to take a while.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while. So, anyways, back in character.
Mm-hmm.
So, not sure how you guys feel about it, but it seems I gotta return.
Well, if the others are up for it, I will. I'll go. See what the other guys say. I'm gonna go
Yes.
play some music.
We'll see what the other guys have to say first, given their mental
Yep.
state.
And Juan goes to perform, because Bard.
Yes, why not?
Juan!
Yay!
Let me get up on the stage.
Wham. Wham. Roll for performance. Please.
He's not trying to impress anybody. He's just up there strumming.
Mm.
Okay. All right. So that is Vendrath. Have you come down yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Morning, Vendrath.
Good morning.
So, I guess you didn't find anything on the ship.
No, I did not. Nope.
Well, it's not. Oh, it's all right. I know it's another source at least. Maybe it'll have, if I think they're related to these ones, so maybe we'll get some answers there once I deal with my issue. It turns out I gotta head back home to the Shieldhearts. There's some urgency going on. I'm not sure what it is. Could be something minor. Could be something political. I have no idea. I had to find out. We're not exactly a big house, so maybe another house is stomping on it. I don't know. I'll know when I get there.
Okay.
So, how you feel about giving me a hand with that? Don't mind a little trip?
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, thank you kindly.
Money, what can you show me the map of the area again?
Yeah, you should be able to if you click on maps. There's
map,
one
map,
that's
map.
just Aenarath.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
And Luke is from OITAM, in the kind of there in the center, which is just south of the mountains that he was talking about earlier.
Grand Patty Mountains. Oh, well, that
Okay.
works well for us.
Okay.
I'll see what's going on in the house, and then we'll make our way up to the Grand Patty Mountains to beat down some slavers.
Okay. So do I know approximately how long it would take us to get there? Like how many days travel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hill's right here, so that's a good trip.
Yeah. So if you guys if you guys aren't on horseback, you're looking at maybe 3 or 4 days, 3 or 4 days walking.
Okay.
I can't summon a steed yet, so I think it's one
What?
later level. Yeah,
You
it's a
can't
later.
summon a steed so everyone can jump on the steed?
Yeah, it's a later.
What's
Paladin
going
level.
on,
I can
dude?
summon a horse.
Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking with you, dude.
That's not any noble connections either. I was like, okay. It's like Mabinogi and just summon my horse. Like a pet.
Inclusion! Pop, can you
Yeah.
say anything now?
Yes.
There you go, Pop.
All right, Pop, did you come down? Like, were you
Yes.
awake eating? You and Kathiri, I'm assuming, or is Kathiri still asleep?
Whoa.
No, we both came down.
Okay, all right.
Alright, I'm just gonna I'll just say Luke, just repeat what you just said. Oh. And yeah, go on. Shit, hang on. Anna, yes. I was gonna say Pop, so don't say Pop. Good morning, Anna. Good morning, Kathiri. Guys, rest well?
Yeah. Actually got some sleep.
That's great. Little setback from our chase down the slavers, but don't worry. I know it's another source. And it's on the way from a situation I got from a letter I got from my sister from my family, the Shearheart's house.
For your
I'm
sister.
just gonna pick up the sentence I just threw to pieces. Hang on. Just came out of mess. Out of character. Yeah, I got a letter from my sister, and says something urgent going on at my home. So I need to go back as soon as I can to investigate and see what's going on, see if there's anything serious or not. Well, it had to be because whatever was going on couldn't not be mentioned in the letter, so I gotta see what's going on. Yeah, Yelvin, my sister. And don't mind Chip, could use a bit of company and maybe some backup in case it's if it's more serious than I think. I mean, the Shieldheart house is not a big house, so could be another house fighting with us for all I know.
Yeah, of course. We're willing to help.
Ah, thank you kindly. I assume little Kathiri doesn't mind.
It's time for your 9-year-old voice now, Pop. Come on, you can do it.
No, I think I'm supposed
okay.
to. I think I'm supposed to have the 9-year-old voice.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Go
Kathiri's
first.
fine with it.
Right out.
Kathiri's always excited to go on an adventure.
Damn it. Like, I heard, like, the coffee is like, yeah, our baby.
I thought about it. I really thought about it, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready
Not
for a
yet.
9-year-old girl voice.
I'm not ready either.
I'm not ready yet.
I'm not ready either.
And I wasn't
get it
ready to talk
day,
and
one
play
day,
guitar at the same time.
One day she'll have a voice.
She's too shy.
Yeah, she's shy. She is very shy.
Well.
Let's say that. But she loves
Yeah,
adventures. So.
She's had a very traumatic couple days.
And real quick, Pop, Kathiri still only has 8 hit points. That should be right after level 3.
She shot a man, guys.
Oh,
I thought that's what she
Level
had before. So, anyways, just take a look at that and make sure that if it's right, it's right. If not, no big deal. But I thought that's what she had before. So,
Oh, wait. I have something for you. I forgot. Okay. So Harkova was down. She had come down as well, and she's, she comes down, have some breakfast, and she kind of overhears Luke talking about it, and she's on board with a family trip. So.
Well, it works for me because the other source of slavers I refer to is in Grim Patty Mountains, and that's along the way. So works there for all of us. Get to see what's going on, and then go up to Grim Patty Mountains and interrogate some slavers, and hopefully find out where that ship went. Try to redeem ourselves for losing them.
Okay. Got it.
Well, person wasn't pleased what happened, but considering what happened after that, this is nothing.
Okay, so that leaves Ash. Are you awake yet?
I wanna have a stupid RP thing, guys.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I have so much background stuff, so I'm gonna type it out. Well,
You mean like this?
never mind. Don't worry about it. Nah. Never
Not
mind.
even work.
I'll just come downstairs.
Okay. I mean, if you do it. Don't be. Come on, just do it. I'm gonna try to start doing more voices. So.
Nah.
Okay. All right.
Do it. I screwed up so much. You can do it.
Do it. You can do
Nah.
it.
You don't have to play guitar at the same time.
Whoa.
God.
That was good, Willie. It was good.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. So Ash, you finally wake up. You come down fully rested. You hear that the group has decided that they were going to accompany Luke on I don't call it a quest, but on a journey home.
Yeah.
Yep.
See what's going on with the Shieldhearts. Shieldheart House.
Ash just kind of just nods. Doesn't say anything, just nods.
Thank you, Ash, and sorry for your loss.
He just with that he just says one word: transportation.
Okay.
Come on, man. Out of character. Out of character. How are we gonna get over there?
As far as I know, we're walking. I don't have horses.
How far are we?
Is this out of character? Or is this in character?
It's out of character.
Out of
In
character. It's about a 3-day walk.
Yeah, no. We don't have that much money. Okay. Can I make a history check to see if there's a caravan route like towards that place from here?
Sure.
Thank. My history's bad.
Hmm.
Oh well. But the roll was good.
Still a good roll. Okay, so you do, you will say that you go and you ask the barkeep if he knows of any trade routes or anything. You do know of. He says, "Oh yeah, there's always, caravans kind of going back and forth, traders and whatnot. But as far as the bartender knows, that the next one doesn't plan on leaving for another 4 days."
Hmm.
Wow, money. You're gonna do that to me?
Out of
Can't you
character.
just say coincidentally?
Out of character.
Nothing to do with that. It's just when the next time they go.
Yeah. Okay.
Money. Out of character.
Yeah. Yep.
Like how long would be till they does the memorial, whatever it's called in this case too for Leia, because they want to leave and then come back and she's already buried.
Yep.
Right.
So, on average, it's anywhere between 3 and 5 days. Since this was a suspicious death, it might take a few extra days. So it'll probably be about 5 days.
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is, we gotta stay here anyway, because we're morally obligated to stay here. I know I'm staying here, but you guys could just go and make it in those 3 days. Anyway, Ash is gonna Ash is gonna head over to the morgue, not really saying anything else.
Go ahead, Ash. Are you alright by yourself?
He stops at the door and just nods.
Alright, you be careful, Ash.
Yeah. This is gonna be the whole thing. The charismatic sorcerer is gonna be a fucking mute, or man, a few words.
Oh, Jesus.
It's gonna be fucking horrible. Anyway, you guys can keep on talking if you wanted to.
Well, if I could send a letter to my family to arrange like a transport to like get us back and forth real quickly, just in case.
Okay.
Well,
Not sure how big the shield hearts are like to offer transportation.
Say that again.
I'm not sure how big the shield hearts are for offering transportation back and forth, just in case.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things is you'd have to send a mail back to them, and then
Yeah.
that mail would have to come back, you know, and the transportation would have to come back. So even so, you're probably looking. I mean, the next time if the next time a caravan's heading that way is 3 or 4 days, that's how long it's going to take for the letter to get there.
Yeah.
So you're looking at probably 7 days, 5 to 7 days before transportation would arrive back. So you have about a week, if that's the
Jesus.
way you wanted to go.
Oof. I know, like, I'm not sure what to do, because, like, if everyone was fine, we could have went on, but, like, now I got Fiona to think about now. I don't know how urgent that letter is. Could be, like, immediately, or maybe a bit of time. I don't know.
money. How long do you think it would take for a caravan to get from to the front?
Two is about a day and a half. So you could technically make it there and back in 3 days if the caravan was leaving.
And that's if we just go and immediately turn around and come back.
Correct. I mean, not immediately, but
Well,
you could get there. The Shield Hearts they're more wealthy, so they would be able to provide transportation back. You guys would get horses.
Yeah, that's all I was thinking. I know it's not a big house, as far as I know, but, like, it's, like, at least not to offer transportation back.
Correct. Yeah. So you wouldn't have to wait for another caravan back. You would be able to take transportation back.
Out of character, where's Leia's hometown to?
Let's see. I'd have to go back and double check. She was from a town in the south.
So I was thinking, like, instead of being buried...
Turarak, I think, is where she was from, or Vesarak. I'm not sure. One of those towns she was from. I'd have to pull up the notes.
Yeah, because I was thinking, like, if we ask them to hand to her body there, and we get back and just, like, bring it down to south to bury her at home.
That's not gonna happen. That's way too fucking long
Shit.
of a trek.
That
I'm
was-
looking
that
at Vesarak right now.
Oh, shit. Well, it's worth a shot.
Now, what my plan was, once they finish their investigation, I'm just gonna do a straight up Vikings memorial, essentially. You know, just at the pyre. Burn her at the pyre with sacred flame.
So you're gonna do it yourself. They're not gonna, like, bury it without your
No.
consent.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I'm just trying to speed it along, see if I can find out what the fuck was in that dagger.
Okay.
But basically, you know, that's on the way. You guys can.
And plus, I
design
might
a
know.
character.
Plus, Shields is a fairly sizable family, and they might have some professionals willing to help you investigate for you.
Oh yeah, he has that on his mind. He's all out of character, by the way.
Yeah, it's all a character.
Basically, what he is doing, he's just planning of burning her on a pyre, then essentially, some people here have played God of War, right? Like the new game.
Boy, I've only watched a little
Yes.
bit.
Boy.
Oh, I seen the first part. I
The
watched
fucking
or
the,
played
the whole premise is that they're taking the mother's ashes up to the highest peak.
Yes.
So basically, that I wanted to like have that. I wanted to take her ashes back to her homeland. It may take a while. It may take a couple weeks. Doesn't really matter the time for Ash at this point.
Right on. Oh, it's on the list.
Anyway,
I gotta make sure my family's not in danger.
you guys figure out what we're gonna do. Are we gonna wait, or are we gonna just move once I'm ready to move? Because this is gonna take at least 1 or 2 more days. Because I ain't leaving.
Okay, so Ash, you've already left the Rusty Dragon, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so as you're walking to the morgue, you're approached by a figure. He's got a hood on. You can kind of see he's got it pretty low. He looks like he almost looks like he's like a dragonborn, and
Does he have a tail, or does he not have a tail?
you can't tell. He's got
Oof.
kind of this long cloak on, so you can't tell from kind of the way he's approaching you.
Okay.
And he calls you by name. He says, Ashfade, meet me tonight at the cemetery.
Ash just nods and continues on his way.
Okay. You see him. He kind of nods back and turns around and walks away.
Wow, guys, isn't this exciting?
Well, speaking of exciting, I'm gonna do some investigating.
Ooh.
I'm gonna drown the rest of my my pint of whatever ale or alcoholic beverage it is.
It's a mug of dirt.
ale?
Let's just say that.
Whatever
Breakfast
it
ale?
may be. I'm gonna hold up the coin to my eye, take a good hard look of the symbol that is on there.
Okay. Let's see. Give me one moment, maybe. Somewhere.
This sounds like some battle music right now.
Yeah, I
Like,
know. I didn't know it was gonna get all dramatic like
Does
that.
Roger have a revelation?
I'm gonna have to investigate. I'm gonna investigate this coin real hard now.
What is wrong with this corn? Someone get the CSI.
It's like freaking Gandalf realized what the ring was.
The
Keep
One
it secret.
Ring.
Keep it safe.
Yeah. Those are awesome movies.
Alright, so I think I can do this, I can do this, and this is the...
Did you get it?
I did, and I just put it into Fantasy Grounds, so I am trying to load it right now.
Cool.
Maybe? Okay, alright, so you look at the... Let's see, let me preload to make sure it loads okay. Okay, so you look at the coin. On the coin, you see this emblem here. Hopefully everybody can see it. You can kind of see it looks like some sort of serpents, 2 serpents wrapped around this dagger, kind of placed on a shield. And this is obviously looks like on a small gold coin. So they're very special. These were made specifically for a reason. That if you try to pass this off as a coin for somebody else, they would just melt it down and turn it into regular gold. But most people wouldn't really accept it as payment other than just for gold. So yeah, that's what the symbol looks like on the coin.
So, I'm gonna do 2 things. First off, I would like to, if possible, roll a history check to see if I've ever encountered something like this before.
Okay, go for it.
This way? Okay.
Yes, Ramon.
Okay. You can't recall coming across anybody that's had the logo, like, no tattoos or no shields or anything like that. It's something fairly new. The only time you've ever seen it is here with these coins.
Okay. And then second off, Radrick's gonna loudly yell out to the barkeep and just simply say, "Hey, barkeep, you ever seen this this type of symbol before?" And he turns it around, shows it off. Or perhaps anyone that might know.
Give me a perception check.
Perception.
Yeah. No, go ahead and do insight. I'm sorry. Do insight.
Insight.
Okay, so as soon as you show the barkeep the coin, you notice that the barkeep he clams up pretty quick. It's kind of one of those little micro expressions. Like, you see him noticeably change his demeanor, and right away he goes, "No, I've never seen it before."
Is Luke listening on this conversation as well?
I don't think so. I think it's just Radrick at the bar. You guys are sitting at the table. I'm assuming you guys are sitting at the table.
Okay, I'm at the table. All right, never mind. Okay, I'm just chilling with.
I probably should have pulled up the Rusty Dragon and sat everybody, but I figured everybody was sitting around a table except for Radrick and Juan.
Oh, I thought I was at the bar. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Whoa. If you're at the bar, then yes, you overheard it.
Oh, okay.
Well, Radrick's gonna respond quickly to that, and he says, "Hi, you don't, do ya? You don't know who killed the two people right outside your door right there. You don't know nothing about that."
No, it's very unfortunate. I've never seen. I don't know.
Did you happen to know those few people that died out there?
I've only seen him. I've only seen him around the Rusty Dragon.
See, I know them. They're good friends of mine. They died right outside your door, and you don't know anything about the three people. The three people that killed them. Nothing. And
go ahead. Oh, go ahead. Go for it. Sorry.
And with this, he's gonna grab his war axe and just kind of let it fall to the counter in a big metal kind of
Clank.
Clank.
All right, never mind. He's gonna play back up. All right.
Okay.
You think he's not?
Go ahead and roll intimidation.
Marco.
Okay, real quick before you do, actually you can still roll that. Anna, where are you at in relation to everybody else?
Oh, goddamn.
What it could have been, dude. What it could have been.
At least I got the insight.
Everyone's at the bar, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm at the table.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I just want to make sure that I account for everybody. And Vendrath, where are you at?
Probably at the table.
Okay, cool. All right. So I should be able to share this now.
All right.
Cool. Now we know where everybody is. So
Perfect. What's the H?
Harkova.
it's Harkova. For some reason, her token disappeared.
Oh.
I just haven't had a chance. I just keep forgetting about it. Okay, so you go and you try to intimidate the barkeep, and he kind of looks at you and he looks at your axe, and he pulls out an axe pretty much the same size and drops it on the table, or drops it on the ground.
It's like, you want to compare axes, eh?
Maybe his was a little bit bigger, but who's adding, right? Who's comparing?
Who's comparing?
Not
You know, he's a
fine,
human.
how do you
He's
know?
a dwarf.
But how you use it?
Oh, fuck.
Add a character. Mind if I try?
No, yeah, go ahead. This is
You want to intimidate him?
No, I don't intimidate. It's not a roll.
Okay. Okay.
Listen,
Lenny, is
not-
there any like shady people around? Can I roll perception?
Yeah, you can roll percent. Well, I won't. There's nobody suspicious that looks. I mean, people are coming and going. People come, they eat something, they leave. I mean, it's pretty early in the morning, so it's not real full. Um, you know, but you don't see anybody suspicious in the bar or in the Rusty Dragon.
Do I notice Luke about to try to convince someone of something?
yes.
I mean, you see them talking to the barkeep. You don't know what they're talking about. Maybe. Let me rephrase that. You do see Raderick drop his axe on the bar, and you see the barkeeper kind of I guess like almost like buff up a little bit. And he pulls his axe and drops it on the bar. So I guess yeah, you don't know that Luke's about to do it because I know what you're gonna ask, but you do see that interaction.
Pardon me, sir, but look, we're not getting you in trouble. It's just like one of our friends, close ones, has died, and we're trying to figure out who was responsible for this. I'm trying to like, a person like me, and just trying to bring that person to justice. And would allow me that that luxury that's a rarity these days. Would you mind giving me that bit of kindness, sir?
Okay,
roll
go ahead.
persuasion.
Roll persuasion. Okay. He looks at you and he says, "You, I like. This little one, I don't like so much." Comes in here waving his axe around. I've told you, I've never seen these coins before, but I wouldn't go around just showing anybody those coins. It's not safe.
Who would be interested in kind of the coins? Who would be involved if someone weighs that around?
I've told
what attention would I draw?
Told you, I've never seen those coins before.
But you know something about them.
But do you know the people that would know?
He just gives Raderick the stink eye and then looks back and smiles at Luke and says, "Look, I'm just telling you, don't go around flashing those coins around unless you want to cause trouble."
Just trying to give it a closure, sir. I'll ask.
I've got.
I won't drop names, sir. Like we never had this conversation.
I've never seen those coins before.
All right. I guess that's your decision, sir.
Whoa.
Should
Insights.
or should I not?
I mean, you got the battle map right here. What's the worst that could happen?
That's the spirit.
Don't worry, we're all healed up.
And I'm gonna.
No one's at 1
We don't
HP.
need Not yet, anyway.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Don't want to cause trouble, do I? Well, you know what's already found trouble right outside your door. And he's just gonna get off his little stool or chair or whatever at the table is. He's gonna grab his hand axe and he's gonna go around and kind of just loudly yell, "Ladies and gentlemen!" And he kind of grabs the room as much as he can.
All right, everybody kind of stops and turns around and looks at you.
You may not know about the incident that happened in this very building. Yesterday, a woman died here. Now, how could that be possible? Someone came in, killed her, and then ran off, and no one knows a clue, except this man. And he points to the barkeep. This man knows something, but he doesn't want to say anything about it. He doesn't want to help one fellow get closure. He doesn't want to get revenge for this
Or justice in my case.
murder.
Out of character.
Sorry, what?
No, out of character is like more like justice than revenge. But
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Go on.
He's having his moment.
You just-
Yeah, don't interrupt. I'm gonna lose my flow here.
Sorry.
Oh, man.
No, I'm kidding.
Let him RP.
And all I'm asking is if he knows one little thing. Just one little thing. Or maybe another person that knows a little thing. Because surely 3 people went and stabbed one woman yesterday. Surely someone knows something. And he's just gonna look back at the man at the barkeep and says, "Well,
So when you finish your speech, everybody that's in the Rusty Dragon this morning, they just turned back and finished their meals. The barkeep says, "Look, I've been working here for a very long time. These people know me. They're not going to listen to a newcomer like you."
hmm, hmm,
I've told you. All I'm going to tell you about those coins. If you keep persisting, I'm going to have to ask you guys to leave.
Roderick's just gonna look just about ready just to start flipping tables. But he's just gonna sit there and just kind of stew a little bit in his like frustration with the matter.
Man, that's a lot of shadow rolls right there.
Alright. With that, he's just gonna take his axe and just walk out the inn.
You're walking out the door?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'll put you just kind of out the door for now.
And he is going to go on his journey to investigate further.
I think I joined him as well.
Hold on a second.
Splitting the party! Splitting the party!
Yeah, it's not healthy at all.
Splitting the party!
It's not reckless at all. Guys, should we join Redrick just in case? Because, you know, we've seen how very clean this town is.
Is this out of character or in character?
I'll say out of character for now, I guess.
Whoa! Team? How do you
Okay, I'm
feel,
back, sorry
guys?
about
You haven't said anything. Willie, Tech, how do you feel?
Yep. Okay.
I know.
So I was gonna say, basically everybody, you see this kind of interaction here, and then you see Roderick storm out. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure everybody now knows what's going on.
Okay, I stand up from the table and I go over to the bar. Hey, what's his name?
Does he have a name yet?
What's your name, sir?
Everyone has a name. We just haven't asked them.
Except for the barkeep. His name's Elroy.
Elroy. I take the coin from my pocket and I show him. You sure you don't have any information on this?
Oh my.
Money, how do I use this ability? How do I use this?
What are you trying to use?
Go to
Thieves' Cant.
abilities? Oh.
Thieves can't?
Yeah.
Oh!
I think
So
you just say
it's
it.
Like,
It's like
so
another language.
It's like slang. Almost. You know, like with gangsters, like you got that kush or whatever. You just start speaking like in different like phrases or almost maybe hand signs or maybe even like carve something out like in the board. It's not like a whole completely different language. It's just.
I thought it was just like a code. Like coded
Sort of
in.
like jive. Anybody remember jive? No. From Airplane? Come on.
Oh no, dude! I don't remember jive.
Okay, as I
Excuse
slide
me,
the
stewardess.
coin over, I make
I
like
speak
a
Jive.
marking in the table. Make sure we see eye to eye. What do I roll? Or if I roll anything.
You don't roll anything. Okay, so so essentially Thieves' Cant is it's actually like it's a whole nother language. It's not a language, but like Tech said, it's I'm sorry, Vendrath said it's like jive. Certain
Yeah.
phrases mean certain things. so you kind of use some of the jargon and the lingo to talk to this guy, and he looks at you, and right away he recognizes what you're doing, and he says, you need to head over. This is still in
There
Thieves'
we
Camp,
go.
so nobody else can understand. Nobody else knows what they're talking about except for Anna. It says that
Having a party.
you need to head over to Rose's Peak, and you're looking for Tajan.
Dijon? Like the pizza?
No, Tajan. Tajan.
DiGiorno.
Not delivery. It's Tijan.
Yeah.
It's Tajana.
It's not delivery, it's edible.
We're going south of the border to Tijano. Tijana.
Dijon. What was it? Rosie something.
Rose's Peak. You guys remember that area a little bit. You guys were in the southern, the Sussex quarter. When you guys first came into the city, you guys kind of made your way down that way when you guys were looking for like a medical facility. So you're kind of familiar with that area. And that reminds me, I need Ash. I need
Hi. I'm still here.
Ash. Who else was it? It was Ash. It was Juan, and I think that was it. Ash and Juan. I need you guys to make Constitution saving throws.
Not again.
Oh, my name is. No.
I think
No,
it's this
Luke
one.
as well. Luke, you too.
Okay.
No.
There's you three.
How do I do
Sorry, I
that?
totally forgot.
Stats
Stats, yeah.
Wait, a
on
save?
the right. Save?
Oh,
A save.
I did a fucking
You
check.
did a check.
Oh
So
no.
my save is a +2.
11.
So it'd be 16. Unless you want me to reroll.
No, that's fine. I'll let you. Okay, so Juan
Thanks.
and Luke, you guys start to feel a little sick, a little nauseous.
Wait, I'm immune to
maybe-
diseases though.
What's that?
I have divine health. I'm immune to diseases. Does that help?
Doesn't.
Okay.
So you guys start to feel a little nauseous. It's not real bad. You guys just, it's kind of like you felt like maybe you ate something bad yesterday. Yeah. So yeah. Sorry, I forgot to roll those when you guys woke up. So
Can I lay hands and shake it off, or
sure if you want. No, lay hands. No,
Is
lay
it-
hands. Lay hands is for healing. You're not taking damage.
Oof.
well, oh, I know. It said there. Hang on.
Do I
You have
reckon?
symptoms, dude.
Alternatively, you can expend 5 hit points from your pool to heal or cure a target one disease or neutralize a poison affecting it. You can cure multiple diseases and neutralize multiple poisons with a single use of lay on hands, expending hit points separately for each one.
Okay, let me read it real quick and then I'll answer your question.
Yep. Because if I've been fucking drugged, I'm done being nice.
Somebody got roofied.
Woohoo!
I'm just kidding. That's not a laughing matter.
Whoa. Let's be serious here.
Lay
guys.
of hands will not cure it. So
Alright, just checking.
Yep.
Does this feel familiar to me?
yes.
God damn.
Okay. All right. So completely separate. I'm sorry. I should have done that first thing when everybody got up.
Whoa.
Okay. So yes. Okay. So yeah, that's where you guys remember that area from. You guys kind of remember that area a little bit. The bartender, kind of off kind of to the side of the bar, he shows you this symbol, and it's a symbol of it's basically a symbol of what looks like a little bag, looks like maybe like a little coin purse, and then kind of wrapped around it is, looks like little asterisks, and it's carved into the bar. And he says, he kind of points it to you, and he tells you in Thieves' Camp that you're looking for that place when you get out to Rose's Peak.
Okay. To Jorn, right?
Mhm.
To Jorn. Okay. All right. Thank you. sir. Whatever your name is.
He gives you a nod. His name was Elroy.
Elroy.
Oh, right. Yeah. Alright,
Man, I'm so happy that we have a thief in our party. Otherwise, we would have been on a wild goose chase.
I was gonna get ready to get the bar calming down, but this works.
okay, everybody's outside, right?
Harkoven. No, nobody's outside. Vendrath, you're standing on a table.
Yes, I am.
He's
No, I'm
inspecting the wall.
just getting as close as I could to the trophy on the wall here.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's a bear's head. Yeah, it's there.
Okay, well, I just start telling my people.
So you
Okay.
got something,
Whoever's
Anna?
around me. Yeah, I show you the symbol. We're supposed to head towards Rose's Peak and
Okay.
find some
Tajan?
guy named Jorn. Yeah.
I wrote it down. Well, that works for me. At least we got something to these people.
Yeah, where's everybody else?
Okay, so Vendrath is looking at the bear's head on the wall. Juan is still playing music, and Harkova and Kathiri are still sitting at the table eating breakfast. Luke's standing next to you. Raderick said he was leaving, and we haven't gotten back to him to tell where he's going yet.
Yeah, probably one of us should head outside just to make sure he doesn't go off on his own.
Okay, are you
Splitting
gonna-
the party.
For all he knows, we don't have a lead, but now we have something. So maybe one of us should go out and tell him to stay where he's to for a second.
I'll tell Juan. You can tell everybody else.
I'm gonna message everyone. Look at your texts.
Whoa!
Your text messages.
Works.
Excuse me.
Why don't you answer my pings? My mentions.
That's a stage.
Okay. Okay, so let's see. So do you guys run out and try to stop? Man, why is that so slow?
It's
You'll
morning,
fucking-
man.
I'll hit the door a second.
We just woke up.
Well, I know, but I feel like they used to move much faster.
Yes.
Okay, so Luke heads out. Anna heads to the tables.
Redrick,
Hell,
hold
is
up.
that is he like in a different room?
Who?
It's like an elevated area, I think,
It's like a
right?
stage.
Yeah, it's like
There's
like a stage. Yeah. So I mean, you could just walk up to it and tell them. I mean, you don't have to.
Well, there you go.
You don't have to like walk all the way around. Yeah.
We just assume you walked around.
Okay, so you let everybody know. Venrath, you are looking at the boar's head. I mean, the bear's head on the wall.
Yes, I am. While that conversation.
I like call you over. Oh wait, no, he's telling everybody. Never mind.
Okay. All right. So, Luke, you get outside and you see Vendrath. Well, I'm not sorry, not Vendrath. You see Raderick walking away.
Redrick, hold up.
Roger kind of just halts a little bit and just turns. He's got an angry look in his face, and he just kind of glares at you like,
Hold on, I know you're frustrated. I am too. But Anna managed to get a lead for us. Just give him a second to round up and come outside with us. We got a location for that coin now.
he kind of just like flaps his
Don't
arms
ask.
up and just kind of like,
It's something she knows how to do. It's one of her talents.
he's not gonna say anything. He's just gonna lean against the corner of a building.
Let's just say it's nice to have a rogue around just in case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, my mic was muted. So,
Oh.
all right. So you guys make your way out of the Rusty Dragon. Venrath, I'm assuming you're going with them.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so you guys make your way out of the Rusty Dragon. You see Luke and Raderick outside. You guys start making your way down to Rose's Peak. It's going to just take, maybe 15 minutes to walk. So you guys start heading down that way. Ash, you make your way back to the morgue. I'm sorry?
Yes, I am here.
Okay. You make your way back to the morgue. Nothing has really changed since the night before.
Okay.
There's people kind of coming in and out. People coming in to claim bodies and things like that. But it's nothing. Nobody's really talking to you. One of the guys was there last night. He got the short straw, and he's working in the morning, and he recognizes you, and he lets you in, and kind of gives you a place to sit down and get comfortable.
Okay. I ask him, since I have some medical knowledge, can I kind of, expedite this process?
He kind of looks at you and says, "Well, what process?"
Just well, I know you're holding the body to investigate what happened. We all gave our testimonies. Is there any way that I could sub in to examine her body?
Sure. I mean, if you want to take a look, you're more than welcome to.
All right. Yeah. I'm just gonna roll. Can I take 10 minutes to do an advantage on medicine checks or no?
What do you mean?
I'm just, I'm being meticulous about this. Doesn't
Okay.
really matter how long it'll take.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you'll say that you're taking your time, kind of examining everything. That's fine. Yeah, you can roll with
Right.
advantage. I'll give that to you.
Thank you.
Quick question. Who did? Never mind. That's fine. We'll
I
leave it
dropped
like that.
that.
Nice. Okay. All right. So, you start kind of slowly, she's kind of wrapped in like a death cloth, and you kind of start unwrapping her body, and it's pretty heavily soaked with blood. So you kind of clean her up a little bit, kind of clean up around the wound, and you can see it's a fairly clean cut. You can, there's still, we still kind of gauze and stuff, towels and stuff that you and Harkova were trying to keep her alive. Those are still there, so it kind of shows you that they haven't really touched the body since the night before.
Okay.
You kind of take it up, you kind of clean her up, you kind of take it apart, kind of rinse the blood away, and you can't tell if there was anything other than just a stab wound kind of to the neck. So you can't tell if there was like any poisons or anything like that. Yeah, so that's where you're at right now.
Can I check her body for any like personal effects, like
Sure.
just stuff? Yeah. So what do I find?
Okay, so give me 1 second. So she still has, let's see, where is she at? All right, Leia. Let's take a look at Leia. Okay, so Leia had, what did she have? She had a club. So that's still kind of, she still has that kind of strung across her back. I don't remember what kind of armor she had though. Scale mail. So she's wearing scale mail. She's still wearing that as well. Let's see. We have this, and I think I can do this. Let's see. Okay. We lost Pop. Pop lost connection there. Okay. What you actually find as you're kind of searching through her pockets and such, you find it's like a little fairy. Inside the fairy looks almost like sand. It's real fine, like really, really fine sand, and it's filled up pretty much to the top of the fairy. And at the top of the fairy, where there's kind of a chain attached to it, it's like almost like a screw-on lid, like a cork almost, so where you feel like you could open it. You do find that on her.
Can I dump like a tiny bit of it out just to examine it?
Sure. Okay, so you open it up, and you pour it out on the table. Go ahead and do let's see, what do we want to do? Go ahead and do an Arcana check.
Ooh, thank you, money. Money, what's that?
Oh no.
Money, please.
Impressive.
Oh, the dice never lie.
What is that?
Geez, from now on, I'm just gonna cast Enhance Ability on you just every day.
Roll
Jesus.
again,
So I'll give you this. Okay, you do sense that it is magical, but you don't know what it does. You don't know what it is.
But I get a sense that it's magical.
Correct.
Okay, I try to put as much as I can back into it.
Okay.
Okay. Is that the only thing that sticks out? Everything else is normal?
Yeah, it's just normal stuff. That was just the one thing she had on her that you didn't know she was carrying with her.
Okay. I try.
Make sure you put it in your inventory, by the way.
Okay. What do I write out for it?
Just put vial of sand.
A vial of sand. Magic?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'll look at that later. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. I try to find someone and ask, how long do you think until I can reclaim her body?
So he goes and he's kind of flipping some papers around, and he says, he tells you, he feels like everything's pretty straightforward. They're still trying to track down leads and stuff, but he says they can probably release the body to you tomorrow.
Okay. I've got a feeling that it's not going to be much, but try not to look too deeply into it. And I show him the coin.
Okay. He kind of looks at the coin, kind of flips it back and forth in his hands, and say, I've never seen it before.
I want to do an insight check just in case.
Okay, go for it.
Insight. Hey, that's a pretty good roll.
Okay, so from the time before you ask him to the time after you ask him, you don't really notice a change in his demeanor. He doesn't really try to hide that, anything. You could, so as far as you can tell, he's being truthful.
As far as I know with the coin, they seem to be a sort of mercenary company, maybe, of assassins.
Are you telling him this?
Yeah, I'm just voicing out my thoughts.
Okay.
That's as far as I know. I wouldn't delve too deeply because you know how secretive they get. Me being an adventurer, I'm sure I'll find them along my path. He was trying to kill me and her, so I would just tell anybody investigating, don't worry about it too much, I'll figure it out.
Okay, so he looks at you and he says, well, is this coin important to you?
No, but I turn back to Leia, just laying on the floor. I need something to remember why I'm looking for them.
Okay, so he looks at you and he kind of gives you the coin back and he says, look, if you're telling me that this is part of the investigation, I'm going to have to keep the coin. So let's just say you didn't tell me about it.
Well, okay. Do you have an officer anywhere around here? just so I can, because I saw the assailant, so I could give a description.
Did you not? So let's assume that when they were asking you guys questions when they came, that you gave the description, or do you want to do it again to somebody else? This is out of character, by the way.
Well, I just want to out of character. I just want to have not like I need someone to draw this for me. I just want in character to have a parchment of fucking whatever her name is, just her description of this fucking dark elf.
Okay.
I just want to see the basic outlines of what I remember of what she looks like, just so I can ingrain it continuously into my mind. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that could be in the past, that could be right now. I don't really care.
Okay, so let's take a look real quick. Okay, so from what you remember about her, and I'm assuming that's what you want me to do, explain what she looked like.
Yeah.
Okay,
Refresh
all
my
right.
memory. It's been a week.
So it was obviously she had the pale skin, definitely an elf. She had short black hair. She wore kind of this leather armor, and she had the sleeves that came kind of all the way down to the wrists, and then with the gloves. The pants were kind of the same, stitching as the top, and she wore a kind of like a purple handkerchief, almost. What do they call them? What's his name? Fred from Scooby Doo wears them.
Oh,
Ascot.
I know what you're talking.
Ascot. There you go.
Ascot.
Yeah, so she wears kind of a purple one, kind of around her neck,
fuck.
kind of tied up there. So
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Fuck, dude. Oh fuck. Did we lose another person?
I think it was just the bot.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
And Pop's not here either.
Oh, we lost Pop too?
Whoa.
Yeah, Pop's
Yeah.
gone.
Oh no, it says she disconnected. I wonder if she lost internet.
Uh-oh.
Maybe.
Yeah, she's all the way offline now.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You wanna take a pause because I'm about done with my RP moment.
Okay, sure. Yeah, let's maybe just take a quick little, like, for everybody wants to do like a quick bio break, and Zell, if you want to text her and find out.
Okay.
Yeah, take a little breather.
Okay, cool. Let's do like, I don't know, 5 minutes for now.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool.
All right, I'll be back in just a second.
Okay. I had found a website a while ago that had like the actual thieves, like I guess from it's like a real thing that thieves can't. And
I suppose it's I suppose it's something along the lines of pirate speak.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And so I was trying to I found a website that had like a whole slew of like all the different things. And so like Darkmen, like I think it was Darkmen's is night, Glimmer's fire, Mort is woman, Cove is man, Lag is water. So it's pretty neat. Like it's pretty neat, like all like the jargon and stuff, and that's how they would talk to each other.
Kind of reminds me of like the way the Belters speak on The Expanse.
Oh yeah. Like they have their own language that only they could understand. Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. I wish I would have marked that website.
If lag is water, then Pop is drowning.
Oh, poor Pop.
Our glue on her internet.
Oh yeah, here it is. Let's see.
Update. Pop says that one of her relatives is messing with the router, so I don't know when she'll be back.
Oh, that sucks.
That does suck. Because she's kind of important in the next part. Yeah, I posted the link. The website's Simple Themes can't.
I'm back.
Welcome back. So Pop is apparently having internet issues. Somebody's messing with her router or something. So I don't know what you guys want to do.
It's been 1 hour and 25 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, Zell's gonna have an RP moment. I'm not sure. Let him do that
Zell
for the
said he was,
flower.
Ash said he was done, so I was gonna go back to you guys and in Rose's Peak, but so I don't know. Maybe let's give her like 5 minutes. If not, we can call it. We'll pick up there next week.
Give it 5 minutes.
Sounds good.
Well,
Nobody
it's a good thing
dropped
that,
to 1 health. Nice.
Yay.
Nobody.
Yeah, no way. Rocks fell and get knocked out.
Yeah, we can't be done playing yet. I haven't critically missed 4 times.
I got smacked around by a guard.
All right,
Or get-
Vendrath, go ahead and roll me perception.
Really? So I can critically fail?
Yeah, get it out of your system.
Screw
It's
you,
sand
man.
in your eyes.
See, on the DM side, there's an option where I could say, critically fail more than normal.
Always fail.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just kidding.
Man, we should build that into our own version of Fantasy Grounds. That'd be awesome.
Be able to weight somebody's dice. That's actually,
Wow.
that actually wouldn't be like such a bad thing, especially like instead of fudging dice rolls, like, how, DMs fudge dice rolls, right?
No idea. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, Pop's back.
Oh, she's here.
Ugh,
Whoa,
sorry.
easy there. Hopefully you're back for good, Pop. But yeah, that would be pretty cool. Like you say, okay, like if somebody's just rolling terrible and you need them to roll good, you could roll
Right.
dice more.
Mm,
That would actually
dice to roll.
yeah. It's a good thing that Pop did that little street talk thing, because otherwise I would have gave the bar calling down on the way at the door.
I mean,
I would call them all cowards and shit. And
worst case
saying that,
scenario, I
Huh?
could have just used my double proficiency bonus in persuasion.
oh yeah,
+8, by the way.
yeah.
Did she leave again?
Yeah,
Oh, but she's back again.
Pop is popping in and out.
But
Ba-doom.
probably trying to connect into the server.
Probably. Oh, it's probably the same issues I had earlier with the RTC connection shit.
Yeah, I had that when I was
I mean-
trying to connect to the Fantasy Grounds thing.
Yeah.
she just said that her aunt unplugged it and that she was out.
Oh,
So I don't know. I'm very confused.
that's like the unplug the router, wait 30 seconds and see if like it resets. Have a more solid connection.
Except you don't reset it, you just walk out.
Yeah.
No. Like she said, I'll see ya. I'm going to bed. Kind of like I'm out. So I don't know.
Oh,
She might have
close
just
enough.
fucking forgot about. I don't know.
Wait, Pop said she's leaving?
Yeah, like she's going to bed.
Oh.
That's what she texted me. I don't know.
Oh.
She's in the game?
I see that.
Or she's in the chat?
She left the
Maybe.
computer on, so it automatically puts her back in when
Yeah.
she gets connection back.
Oh, that's right. That's yep. Like so.
But it's fluctuating so much that it's going out.
Oh,
So,
Pop's typing.
Unmute.
She is unmuted.
We woke her up.
well,
She's typing.
She's typing.
Wake up, Pop!
Hey, Duran.
Hey guys, I just
Hello?
Hey, I
Hello?
can hear you. You going to bed, Pop? Is that what I heard?
Huh. I did tell him that.
you did.
And he told us that.
I was very.
She unplugged it. She literally.
Uh,
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, cool. All
Okay.
right, is everybody else back?
All right.
Yeah,
We
I understand why
continuing?
that happens, but I get you. Usually, like, you give people heads up before you do that.
Mm. That would be
You
great.
would think. You would think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I gotta give everyone else heads up for I'm downloading something.
Are you downloading music?
That wouldn't take long.
On the car, would you?
No,
Okay.
my end.
All right. So let's pick up because I think we're getting close to time. So let's Oh, hold on one second. Let's get back to it. Okay. So Pop, I
Okay.
don't know when exactly you dropped. What was the last thing you heard?
You were getting something together for Zell.
Oh, the portrait?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. So basically,
Google,
all I
stop.
did was explain. Oh, look, that's terrible. That's not.
Dark Elf was asking where the purple ascot.
That is not right.
Because you were
Let's do that.
wrestling.
Okay.
You didn't hear
So
me.
I explained, basically just gave him a quick recap of what she looked like, just so he
Uh-huh.
could remember. Okay, and then that was it. That's kind of wow. I thought for some reason I felt like you dropped a lot earlier. Okay, so we're gonna head back over to you guys now, and you guys are down in Rose's Peak. Rose's Peak is kind of, I guess, the middle class area. It's not, you don't have like all the beggars in the streets. There are a lot of street carts, things like that.
Yeah.
The buildings are nowhere as nice as they were over in the New Townham.
Thanks, Corey. Yes.
So this is kind of, I guess, more the commoner area. As you're walking
Thank you,
around,
Corey.
you're starting to look for, and the music got really loud, didn't it?
Yeah.
Is there not like a happy median here?
No.
What map are we looking at?
We are looking at. Oh, there it goes. Okay, we're looking at the city of Otay.
Number 11 is where Rose's Peak is.
Number 11 is where Rose's Peak is. It's low. I guess what was that, southeast corner? I'm sorry, southwest.
Is it in these images and maps thing?
It is, yes.
Maps?
I'm looking at
The city of Iote. Udi.
Like
It actually
the
starts
city?
with E. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's
on.
yeah.
Where the fuck is he? There it is.
Oh look.
Oh. I can't find it.
I don't. Oh wait, no, it's on a different page.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
on page
I'm-
3.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Go to new.
Yeah,
Like,
if you
for the
do
groups.
group and do new, it's basically all the things that have been part of this campaign. I haven't figured out how to create my own group just for these images, but new is basically everything that I've shared.
Amazing. Oh, amazing. Okay.
Here's City of Oteo. Got it. I was looking for Oteo. Oh, it's City of Oteo. So I'm gonna find it.
Otay, city of.
The City of Oteo. So 7 Rose. Oh, 11 Rose Peak. That one.
Okay, so as you're walking around, and this is only for you, Anna. You start to notice the symbol that he showed you with the little coin bag on it. You kind of start to notice it in different areas, kind of throughout the city, and just from your kind of knowledge of how these things work, you do actually find a building that is marked with this. With this kind of logo, I guess, for lack of a better term, on it. You could see the front looks like a normal business. It's other than what you've found, you don't really notice there's no other business signs hanging on it. It almost looks like it could just be a residential building. You do see that it's kind of a standalone building, so on either side of the building you can kind of walk down either the left or the right side. There's kind of a real small little what is it called, alley that kind of leads down either the left or the right side of the building. You can't see any lights in the windows or anything like that. It looks almost abandoned.
Okay. I let everybody else know.
Okay.
Okay. I kind of point to that place and just Radric goes, This is the place?
This is the place.
Awfully doesn't look like a place. Looks run down. You did say it was run down, right? I did not.
Yes. Yep. I did.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it's not run down because this is, like I said, it's kind of middle class area, but it doesn't look like it's being upkept. Like, there's weeds in the yard or whatever. It just doesn't look as fancy as the other buildings.
It's sketchy as fuck.
Whoa.
No, you don't really get that feeling from sketchy. It doesn't look like anybody lives there.
It's just a bit neglected.
Yeah, there you go. Neglected's probably a
Okay,
better term.
kind of sketchy.
Yeah, kind of sketchy. Sketchy-ish.
Are we sure the barkeep is not just trying to throw us off? Is he?
Maybe you just don't like him.
I sure don't like him. He was an ass.
Quite proven.
If he is, we can just go back and give him a piece of our mind. And fist, and axe. Whatever you want.
Aye. I like that idea. Let's do that.
We can do that later. Let's
We'll try this first.
That is what I said. If.
Alright,
Well,
who's going first?
I'll go first.
Yay!
I'll grab my battle axe, my great axe, battle axe, whatever it's called in 5e, and just gonna hold it in one hand and just kind of go up the front door. And before touching the knob or anything, I'm just gonna put my ear up to the door and just listen.
Okay. Go ahead and give me perception check.
Exactly what I was gonna do. Bada bing. Good roll, please. Thank you.
Okay. So you can hear people inside. You can't understand what they're saying. You just hear people talking, laughing every now and again. Sounds just like a normal place.
I turn back to the party and just give a shrug and then try the handle.
Okay. The door's locked.
It's locked.
Mhm.
Alright, well,
Can I go around the side?
Sure. Which side are you going to go? Left or right?
The left side.
Okay. All right. So, all right. So Anna goes down the left side of the building.
I'm gonna knock.
Window.
Oh, I was gonna get back to you, Pop. Give me 1 second. Let me finish with Radric. Okay. So, you said you're gonna knock, Radric?
Knock on the door.
Okay. All right. So, you knock on the door. You can still hear people inside. They're still talking, but nobody comes to the door.
You need the secret knock.
The hell's a secret knock?
Uh-oh.
I can't tell
I'll
you.
knock it down with my foot. That's what I'll do.
Because it's a secret.
'Cause yes, then it wouldn't be a secret.
Oh no.
Nice. Okay, so as you guys are looking at the front door trying to figure out the secret knock, Anna walks away. She kind of walks down the side, and I'm assuming that Kathiri is going to follow you. Actually, I'm telling you, Kathiri follows you down. So you two kind of walk down the left side of the building. And when you get to the side,
I'll just stand like just outside left side of the building, just keep an eye on them, just in case.
okay. You kind of walk your way down the left side of the building. You can see windows. You can't see inside. Kind of more towards the back, you see a stoop with, I don't know, what's the opposite of a stoop? It's like 3 or 4 steps down. And then at the bottom of the stairs, there's another door, just a wooden door. It's got kind of 4 glass panes on it, so you can see people. You can actually see people inside. They're kind of sitting around a table, just kind of, shooting the shit, just kind of hanging out.
Is there a map of this place that we can look?
No, I don't have a map. I can get one real quick.
Oh, I was just wondering. I didn't know if there was one.
No, I didn't prepare for this part of it.
That's fine.
No.
So that's all I can see is just.
Yeah, you can see people inside. They're just kind of sitting around a table. They're, that's it. Like, maybe there's some food, snacks. I mean, it looks like just normal people sitting around a table just hanging out.
Okay. Is there any other windows?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I mean, there's windows kind of throughout the place, but you can't see anything else in there.
I know this music.
Whoa.
I've identified a few.
Yeah, it's just random stuff. I don't know what it is.
This is what? Do you want me to tell you what it is?
Sure.
Okay. So this is the music from Wrath of the Lich King on World of Warcraft.
Ah,
When you're when you're in the city, what the heck is the name of the floating city? Why can I not think? Dalaran. Yeah. This is the
Dalaran?
music. Yeah, this is the Dalaran music. Only
I-
from Wrath of the Lich King, though.
okay.
All right.
I
got
never
it.
played WoW, but I remember finishing World of Warcraft 3. Sorry, World of Warcraft leaves me. Warcraft 3, and I thought Dalaran was, I don't know, destroyed.
No.
Whoa. Wow. We're getting a little bit sidetracked though, guys.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, go on.
I just was not expecting to hear that and hear that music.
Sorry, nerd talk.
Sorry, I just, like I said, it's just random stuff. So, all right, let's see if we can do this real quick. Maybe. There it is, right there. Okay, cool. Give me 1 sec, and I will drop you guys in. Hopefully. Okay, Pop, but you can continue on while I'm finishing this up.
Okay. I tell Kathiri to go tell the others.
Okay, so Kathiri runs back to the front of the building and tells the others that you guys have found another door down the side of the building, and that you guys can see people inside.
Oh, hey, Redrick, we found a more subtle approach.
He's gonna grumble and just follow.
All right, so let's do.
Torch is
Whoa, what was that? Let's see. We'll say you were there, and Ash is not there. Vendrath is here. Kathiri is here, and Harkova is here. Juan, I'm assuming you were by the front door as well, right?
Splitting the party.
Yeah.
The building.
Nope.
The building.
The building.
Okay. All right. So Kathiri kind of came back, and she's like, "Mom, I told him."
Oh, good girl.
There you go.
Now come sneak around with me, Kathiri.
Okay.
Ah,
So real quick, is everybody coming down the side of the building now?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Raderick joins you. Venrath.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. The tokens are unlocked right now, so
Oh, thank God.
you can just move your pieces wherever you want to. Whoa.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
I'm gonna
shit.
lock the tokens here in just a minute.
Aw.
Spin while you can.
You spin me right round, baby,
You know, it's
right
funny
round.
because normally when I forget to lock them, that's the first thing I see is somebody spin on. I'm like, oh, I forgot to lock them. Let me lock them.
No.
Okay.
Someone's trying to
All
zoom in.
Yeah, I know. On there.
Sorry.
Okay, all right. So Anna, as you're standing there, kind of on the side here, everybody walks up behind you.
Look at this
Is
door,
anyone trying to
guys.
stealth at this point? Oh no.
Oh, the boys are all like laughing and shit. Not gonna hear anything.
The boys.
The
I don't know,
boys.
dude.
And there's
You
people
got-
behind this door
I
that we
haven't
can
noticed
see.
anything.
There's like a window on this door that we can
Yeah,
see
yeah.
through.
So think of it kind of like just like a door. It's got 4 glass panes on it. There's a curtain on it, so you can't really make out like their faces or anything, but you can see people moving around. He gets up, they go to the kitchen, they come back, they're eating, just having a good time, just like normal people.
Well, Roderick doesn't see anything wrong with the situation. He's gonna go to the door and open it.
The door's locked.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
You knock on the door. You can still see the people inside. They don't make anything different. Nothing looks any different. They're just still completely ignoring the door.
Okay. That's very.
I'm about ready to kick open this door now.
Vendrath, chuck an axe in there.
Chucking. Oh,
I'm not sure I'm
man.
comfortable doing that. This just seems... I mean, does anything at all appear like sinister? Like, what's...
Nothing at all. It looks just like a house, and these people are sitting around the table, just like playing Monopoly or something.
I'll be sure
We're
we
about
have
to
the same
interrupt
house.
game night? Is that what you're saying?
That's
Wow.
it. It's morning time, but
They didn't come to the door. It's very rude.
What's these people? Before I kick open this door, what do these people look like? If this is just a family, I'm gonna hold my mind. If not, then I'm going to obliterate this door.
If I go back, be a bartender.
okay. So, you can't really tell. Like, I mean, it just looks like you could just see people's kind of outlines. You can see, maybe a couple of women, a couple of men. You don't see any kids or anything like that. But you can't really make out faces because, like, kind of the curtains and it's kind of faded and it's kind of thick enough to translucent enough where you can just kind of make out people moving around in there. Just kind of, like I said, having breakfast around the table.
Can you tell me this? Is it crowded in there?
You've probably seen at least 4 people. Maybe 1 or 2 people. Maybe 5 at the most. Yeah.
I won't lie. I think this isn't the right house. But I'm going to kick it open anyways. I'm gonna give them one more chance to respond to my knock. I'm gonna knock a grand total of 5 times. If they don't, well, I'm not gonna pay for the door.
Okay. All right. So you knock 5 times, forcefully, loudly. I'm assuming, right? That's kind of what you meant.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's fix this here. Do next. Okay. So again, nothing really changes. They don't pay any attention to the door. You don't see any change in the scene inside the house. They're still sitting around, hanging out, eating breakfast, having a good time, laughing.
Alright, I'm gonna turn to my right, and I'm gonna say, "Hold this, would you, lad?" And I'm gonna give him my battle axe.
Okay.
And then I'm going to kick open the door.
Okay. All right. Go for it. Give me a strength check.
Oh boy, here we
please.
go.
Do not fail me now, mighty.
Do you need enhancement?
On the ring. But I'm not going.
What'd you say, Willie?
Do you need enhancement of an ability?
Nah.
You got this, right?
I'm not gonna roll that low. I'm gonna roll that low.
Okay.
Wow.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh god.
Rama.
Looks like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Crisis averted.
Okay, so you go and you try to kick the door. When as soon as your foot hits the door, you feel like you're kicking concrete. This door does not budge. It doesn't move. It doesn't even tremble. As soon as you hit that door, it knocks you back. Like you almost feel like you're forced back, and you take 2 points of damage.
Wow.
Okay, well,
Bridget, you alright? I'll hand you back your axe.
I'm currently
again-
holding my foot, kind of jumping up and down with one
Yeah.
foot,
You
and I'm
rolled
just
your
kind of,
ankle.
I'm just kind of cursing in Dwarvish right now.
Is this a magic door? Oh my god. Maybe it's all an illusion.
That's a strong illusion.
Suddenly, felt like concrete. That's what fucking feels like.
Oh no!
Sick of this crap.
It's like doors painted on or something.
Radric mad.
Radric smash.
After limping a little bit, he grabs his axe. Doesn't say anything. And, he's gonna feel up the door. Just to make sure what he felt with his foot is correct. He's just gonna feel up the door and see if it feels like concrete.
Okay.
Is there a doorknob?
There is a doorknob. There's a doorknob. You feel the door. It feels like a wooden door.
Can I check for magic? What kind of check?
Go. Sure.
Man.
Go ahead and roll for it.
It's almost like you need someone who's good with Arcana. Splitting the party!
Okay. So, looking at the door, you still see everybody inside. It's like they didn't even notice the stomp on the door. You don't notice any of the, I guess, normal signs of something being magical about it. It's to you, it's just a door.
It's just a really good fucking door, dude.
I'm gonna hit it with my axe.
Oh god.
Make an attack roll, sir.
Are you gonna hit it with your axe?
I'm going to hit it with my axe.
No one's stopping him, so
Yeah, this is true.
someone could stop him. Someone please
Redrick,
stop
Redrick,
him.
Redrick,
Thank you.
Redrick.
What? What is it?
How about we how about we go check on Ash and come back to this later and see if something odd about this building.
No.
No.
And I'm gonna hit the door.
But probably know these people have done nothing wrong and we're just causing disturbance.
Well, I'll cause a disturbance, alright, when this door is fucking on the ground.
Okay, so you're gonna swing your axe.
I'm gonna swing it.
Okay, all right. Give me a strength check.
Alright. Got one bad roll. It's not likely to happen again, right?
Yeah, nice.
All right.
That's pretty good.
And your axe breaks.
Okay. All right. So, you go to swing your axe at the door, and the axe goes into the door. It doesn't splinter. It just goes right into the door. Your axe is kind of stuck in the door now, so you're unable to pull it out right now. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm going to cut. I am going to destroy, and then I'm going to burn this house down.
Jesus.
Big bad wolf.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can cut anymore. Your axe is not set.
And get my axe back. I'm gonna try and get my axe back.
Okay, go ahead and give me a strength check.
Alright. Third time, right?
Okay,
Oh.
you pull your axe out of the door.
Pull your head out of your axe.
When you
What I'm
pull
here
your
for.
when you pull your axe out of the door, the slit where your axe was, you actually see it close.
Huh.
Well, and he turns around. Y'all deal with this magic bullshit. You do something. And he just kind of gestures to the three of you.
This ain't my kind of magic.
I could attempt to roll Arcana check and see if I knows anything.
Magic's magic.
Money?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to roll for it, go for it.
All right.
Man, I should have bought a lockpicking set.
Okay. So, like I said, the door looks like a normal door. You can't really sense anything that makes it magical. One thing you do notice, and this is just you, Luke. Actually, you know what? Let me have everybody roll me perception checks.
I roll perception check as well, or
Yes, everybody.
Oh, there's my almost crit.
There's your almost crit. All right. Okay, so Anna and Juan, you two. Oh, she rolled a 0. Nice.
Wow.
Good theory didn't notice anything.
she's
Okay.
not paying attention.
She
She's
tried. No problem.
she's
Ooh,
chasing
pretty butterfly.
butterflies.
Look at that butterfly over there.
With that timing, though.
Actually, yeah, she's over here, kind of playing in the water, just hanging out.
Splish
Anna?
splash, I was taking a bath.
Anna and Juan, you notice the scene inside the house is almost repeating. You notice that you see the same person kind of get up, comes back, and then a couple minutes later, same person gets up, comes back. It kind of seems like it's repeating over and over again.
It's an illusion.
Oh my god, guys, it's like an illusion.
Why don't you guys just break through the windows?
Well, surely if the door is like that, the rest of the house is going to be the same.
I'm all gonna go try.
You do it, Dad. I believe in you.
He's gonna do it. He's the fucking
I'm
barbarian.
gonna
What else are
find
you
this
gonna do?
damn house. He's gonna walk up the 3 little steps. I'm gonna
You
try.
guys really aren't giving him much of a choice.
Give him open
Yeah.
every single opening I can.
Well, I gave offering choices, and no, we're not going down to Ash.
Mom, where's our
All
magic
right.
people?
What?
Oh, we had one.
I'm fucking grieving.
Yeah,
To be fair, he is grieving.
So I got nothing. There's only lead we got.
All right. Well, how goes my attempts to get inside the house and by other means then?
Your fucking siege of this building. Of the building.
Okay, so Radrick, I'm assuming you're kind of going around the building,
Knocking here and
trying
there.
to, like kind of testing windows and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna trying to punch through a window or something like that.
Okay. So far you make your way around the house, and you're using the butt of your axe, trying to smash windows, and every time you do, it doesn't, the windows don't even crack.
Eek.
Okay. I'll try this for another round. I'll go back and check everything else again. Double check everything. And then I'm going to come back down.
Okay.
And then I'm going to... I'm huffing and I'm puffing.
House made of bricks.
Wait.
But I'm going to grab my coin. And I'm going to just
I was thinking about that coin. Maybe it might have a reaction to it.
bring it up to the door and just kind of like, as if someone's on the other side of this door, just kind of show them that symbol. And all I says, if you're bloody in there, all I am wanting is information. That's all I want.
Okay, so you hold your coin up to the window, and say that, and you notice that when you hold your coin up to the window, you almost see like a flicker of light inside the building, or inside the
Oh.
door you guys are looking at. But again, nothing really changes. You kind of looks like the light maybe dimmed a little bit.
After nothing happening, I'm gonna turn around to my party and give them one look. Roderick is very sad and defeated right now. And he says, I need something bigger.
Give me a gun.
Maybe something magical. And he kind of starts mumbling to himself and he starts walking away.
Would this react to magical attacks?
You don't know.
Are you asking me? Or are you gonna like what? I don't know.
Are you gonna try it?
There's
You
something
can't
like-
just ask.
Roderick's gonna go hang out with Katheria at the pool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stare inside the pool and just look and
Because-
repeat for me.
Wait, so what happened when he used the coin?
So he put the coin up to the window, and I don't know if he told you or not. So this is player knowledge. Did you tell him, Roderick?
I was right in front of him and I yelled it out, so they wouldn't.
Okay. Okay. All right. So when he put his coin up to the window, he kind of noticed that the light flickered a little bit. Maybe it dimmed a little bit, and then things went back to normal. Didn't notice anybody inside. Nobody was moving around. Nobody was. It seemed nothing else other than you noticed that the light kind of dimmed a little bit.
And you just held it out? Roger, you just held it out?
He's yelling at him across the yard. Roderick!
Oh, what else to do?
Okay, like,
Usually when my axe meets some sort of material, it breaks. This has happened before.
My God.
Maybe it's time to speak like Shadow.
do any of us have that coin as well?
I do.
No, Pop does.
Maybe like play around the coin, twist it, or like twist it around a bit.
Speaking the
With the
can't.
3 times.
No, you know what I mean? Like just like tilt it, see if it has a reaction, like you're reflecting light, like a mirror.
Okay, I do what you're suggesting.
So you're
How
like
about
rolling
just-
the coins.
Yeah.
Speaking the
Let's
can't.
try flipping it.
What'd you say, Willie?
Obviously, it's a
Speaking
slot
the
machine.
can't.
You gotta insert
Yeah,
the coin
man.
into the door, so it'd be
Yeah, man.
pop out like a
There's
little,
slot
it'll be like a little gumball machine where you have to.
Roderick, like this. Wait, what are you doing?
machine. Magic.
He doesn't look. He's just looking at his reflection inside the well here.
Contemplating his existence.
It looks like the party's gonna have to figure it out on their own.
Is anything happening?
No, nothing's happening. Are you saying anything? Are you just rolling the coin in your fingers and trying to reflect light in?
Oh no, I'm trying. I'm thinking here, and fuck.
This is a real head scratcher, huh?
Thieves can't got us here. Maybe he can get us inside.
Is there anything like on the building that stands out, like something that's at a place that wouldn't belong to a house? Can I roll a perception check just to like see if there's anything like out of the ordinary?
Sure.
Alright.
Like, what are you looking for again? Like, what are you trying to perceive?
Well, I'll see if like like maybe some place for a coin to like go to, you know, like
I
maybe,
see.
like
Okay.
yeah, something that works with that coin. You know what I mean?
Yep. Okay. All right. So just kind of looking around the door, you don't see any sort of coin slot or anything like that you could drop the coin in or anything like that. As far as you could tell, there's no mail slot or anything like that either. It's just
Is there a
It's a
vending
normal
machine
door.
nearby? Maybe a skee ball game. I don't know.
That's password protected.
Roderick is gonna, collect himself. He's gonna come back around and he's gonna push Anna forward, just slightly. Like speak your Weird mumble jumble language.
Like I said, the can't got us here. Maybe the can't can get us in.
Ants never could do anything.
Okay, I used a selection of words I've used with the barkeep.
Okay. And I'm assuming you're still holding the coin up, trying to reflect light in.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you say?
Oh, what?
Not
How?
in just in English, not in cant. What do you say?
What do you say in your?
For player translation purposes.
Just tell them we're looking for information. That's all.
Looking
No
forward
harm.
to Jorn.
I even pay for the damages on the door.
You want me to say that too?
No, don't.
But it
actually.
repaired
No,
itself,
that was
didn't it?
funny. I'm actually broke.
Okay. So what do you say?
Yeah, to say,
Anna?
we're pretty broke.
We come for DeJorn.
Yeah, pizza delivery.
For
DeJorn.
icy wiener.
To John.
Okay. So you're saying you're looking for Tijuan.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So and you're obviously you're talking in cant. So as soon as you say that, you see the curtain draw back and the door opens a little bit, and they say, and there's a man standing there. His face is hooded, and he says, "You can come in. They can't."
Oh, bring the child. Bring the child.
Oh, that's rude.
What do you mean I can't? What is wrong with me?
Well, he just fucking exit the house.
Okay.
And he's speaking in cant, so they don't know what they're saying. They don't know what he's saying.
Okay.
That's true.
I'm gonna use message and tell Anna to reply to me what's going on. How do I do that?
Well,
There.
we could have asked her, but okay.
No, but like she can go in, right? But we can't. But I can just keep using message
Do you guys just
to
wanna
gather
try
information.
going through the door since it's open?
Oh, that's a good idea. I could just kill this guy.
No, let's not be rude, Patrick. I think we've been rude enough.
Assuming they'll leave it open
That's
for
one
I'm
way
a
us.
of
devil's
getting
advocate
myself
over
in.
here, dude.
He said
Are you
that
gonna
you
go
guys
in?
can't come in.
Are you gonna go in, Pop?
Can I take a theory?
Are you asking him?
Yeah.
He says no.
Oh.
I'm gonna go in.
Okay. All right. So Pop goes in. They close the door behind her. Okay. So now this will be player knowledge. Anna's the only one that'll know this. You guys obviously will get to listen, but
Shite.
okay. So Anna, when you come inside, when they bring you inside the building, you notice that what's inside the room that you're in is actually nothing that you see from the outside. The room is pretty much empty. There's a few chairs. There is a stairway leading up into the house. As soon as you kind of walk in, there's a man standing there in front of you, and another man kind of comes down the stairs. And they're kind of both looking at you, and they say, "Where did you get that coin?"
I got it from a friend.
The one on the stairs says, "Anybody who has that coin is not a friend of ours. You need to leave."
I'm just here looking for. What's his name? Damn it. DeJorn. DeJorn?
To John.
So
John.
the guy that opened the door, the guy at the bottom of the stairs, he goes, "I'm Tijorn. Who sent you?"
Some asshole in the bar.
It's that one.
He's not wrong.
Elroy? Is it Elroy?
Elroy. Yeah.
Elroy.
Do you tell him Elroy?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see kind of the two guys kind of exchange a glance and say, the guy, Tijorn tells you at the bottom of the stairs, he tells you, why are you here? Why did he send you here?
Yeah, man. Give him the rundown.
Oh shit, I wasn't here for this part.
What?
I wasn't here for this part.
No, we're trying to investigate who the fuck killed Leah or Leia.
That's it.
That's it.
There was
Say
a
his
recent
ass.
assassination. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it.
Whoa.
We're helping find closure.
You're not in there.
Where did you get the coin from?
No, I'm throwing suggestions.
A dead bastard.
You're not in there.
Dead body.
You guys okay? Should I shut up?
I mean,
It's not
I could
helping her.
I could relay the
No,
messages.
Stop.
Alright.
Stop.
Okay, so what do you say, Pop?
Okay, Fuck it. A dead body. That's where I got it from.
Whose dead body?
Can't say
Wine
name.
elephant.
You don't know his name. You never
You know
asked
his
him.
name?
You know as a person you do, but not as a PC. You guys didn't know his name, so
You
Yeah,
guys
we didn't-
fucking demolished him.
We didn't look through his wallet. We didn't find any
wallet?
ID.
I don't think they have ID. In
they don't
medieval times.
carry IDs with them.
We gotta
You
find
know-
one that is called the wine elephant.
Okay,
You don't-
so where
I
did
missed
you
one
get the
day.
coin from?
Assassins.
Killing me. Assassins. Just say assassins. I got them from assassins.
Yeah, why not?
So you see the two guys. They exchange look. The guy at the top of the stairs. He goes up. He goes up back into the house, and Tjorn looks at you and he says, "Let me see the coin."
Fling.
Like flash him and then
No,
hold on to it.
Okay.
Like you just hold it up so he can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you see he kind of like he puts his hand out like he expects you to put it in his hands, and when you hold it up, he kind of gives you this funny look, but he takes a step forward and he kind of examines it and he looks at it and he says, and he tells you, he goes, that's how did you come across this man that had this coin?
He approached my friend and one of his buddies assassinated my other friend.
So he kind of looks at you and he says, I'm sorry. That's one of the assassins guild from the cities, kind of mercenaries. They work for gold and platinum. We call them the hunters of the hidden. They hide in the shadows, and we've been fighting them for years now.
Faction wars.
And we've tried to locate as many of their members as we can to eliminate them, but we've been unable to find them.
Who are you guys?
We're the Doom Clouds.
The Doom Clouds. Doom Cloud.
Really? Oh, ominous.
The umlauts?
The umlauts, there you go.
Umlauts.
Doom Cloud.
Doom Cloud.
Okay.
What?
So why have you come here?
Like I said, I'm investigating my friend's death.
Revenge. Justice.
And your name is...
Was the person that killed your friend, did he have this coin on him?
Yes.
Okay, so the guy that left, he comes back in, and he is carrying a dagger, and it's kind of wrapped in like a parchment, I guess, not parchment, but like a material like cloth.
Yeah.
And he doesn't touch the dagger with his bare hands, but he opens it and he says, did you find a dagger like this on him? And you recognize it as the dagger, one of the daggers that actually was there, that killed Leah.
Yeah, this is the dagger.
Okay, so you see him kind of exchange glances. He wraps the dagger back up and he kind of puts it down on a table and he says, what else do you need from us?
Oh, well, first you can let my friends in.
That's not going to happen.
Why not?
Shut down.
There's no reason for them to be in here.
Can I get an explanation?
This building isn't for everyone.
Can I
We're
get
not
further?
we're not operating a tavern here.
Whoa. Whoa.
Is one like messenger like information just in case we got questions to ask?
Do you want to have an out of character discussion, guys? Is that what you want? To help Pop with this conversation?
Because Papa's bad. Papa's just very bad.
Pop
Come
needs
on,
to get
Pop.
better.
The number one thing we want.
Come on. Come
Oh
on.
snap!
No, like a character.
Now, the number one thing we want is information on the people, the bad guys, the big baddies there. And number two, we need the dagger too.
Do we need a dagger?
Yes,
Why?
because it was poisoned with a poison you don't know. This poison could identify them.
Question: Does
I mean, they're already identified. They're the hunters of the hidden.
They're assassins. They can disguise themselves easily.
Okay.
If we find a blade that's like this, and with the poison, or maybe we find the poison by itself, we can use that to identify them.
Okay.
So the ideal goal is to find out where they are.
Wait,
No.
did anybody else loot the bodies? Wouldn't they already have the dagger?
Excuse me.
Didn't you have? Isn't a dagger with you?
No, I have a coin.
Right, but the original murder weapon ended up going with the body
Huh?
because you
So
guys
we-
you never said nobody ever picked it up, so the authorities have that dagger.
Great. Okay.
So it's with authorities. Okay,
So we're not gonna get those.
get the dagger.
Get the dagger.
Try to get the dagger. Find out
Okay.
where-
What else?
Find out where they are. Find out if they can find out who hired them. And I think that's really all we care about. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, are we back in characters now?
Time it.
Time in. Okay, and I'm just gonna assume, I'll be a nice DM, and I'm just gonna assume that you guys were relaying messages through message, right?
Yes.
Because, yeah, okay.
Through Skype? What?
Skype. No. It was ICQ.
Scribe.
Oh, wow.
Skype wasn't.
It was MSN Messenger.
Skype wasn't around yet. No, this is
was
pre
AIM.
MSN. AIM.
Oh Jesus!
All right. With that, do we wanna stop here once she finishes her conversation, or what? Because it's 12 a.m. for my time, so I don't know
Then
what's
let's
it like.
talk.
It's been 2 hours. And
Yeah.
It's 2:38 my time.
Do you want to stop right now,
I think we should
Yeah.
stop just so Newfie doesn't get fucked.
Newfie? I believe?
Yeah, I might.
Do we want to? Do we want to finish this conversation first?
Let's finish the conversation, then I'll crawl in the bed.
Cool.
I'll manage tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't feel unless something major happens. Unless Pop tries to attack him. I don't think.
Give me
don't
the
think this-
dagger. And she just tackles
I don't
him.
think this will last much longer. So
Rest in peace.
Just to let people know.
Okay.
all right. So carry on.
Can you tell me where they are? Do you have anything information on that?
You must not be listening. We can't find them. We know that they're led by someone named Purius Deathblue.
Newfie, are you writing this down? I'm gonna forget.
Trying.
Please.
Here's the Deathblue.
Purius. P-I-R-I-S. I'll just put it in chat. Okay.
Yay.
As for like,
Oh, no D at the end. Sorry.
hmm.
Prius?
Chris.
Please.
Do you have any information on like who hired them, anything like that?
I don't. Didn't even know that there was an assassination.
Can you tell me a bit more about your faction, your Doom Clouds? When did
What
it
do you want?
start? What? How was
History,
business?
please. Give it the rundown, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
And while he's talking, can I use Mage Hand?
To do.
The second guy who's on the stairs, or
Uh-huh.
is he next to me? Is he on the
Yeah.
stairs or next to me?
No, he's still kind of standing on the stairs.
I don't think he wants you to go upstairs, Bob.
That's fine.
And what are you gonna need to do? Mage hand on?
I'm gonna try to retrieve the dagger. But I think he's too far away.
Not mentioned, these guys could also be like assassins as well. You're locked in the house. And shit
Okay.
goes down out of character. If shit goes down, we can't get inside.
Well, they don't look very like I'm gonna kill this person. They keep them quiet unless we start, inquiring about their business too much.
If he doesn't come out, then we know where they are.
Okay, so he goes on and he kind of gives you kind of a high level. He goes on to talk about the war, with the barbarians from the north, and a lot of the members of this faction were from the city. We're from Ote in this area, and once once kind of the slave trade came into town, there was a kind of an influx of mercenaries that were in. Anybody that kind of stood against the slaves or stood against the barbarians or anything were pretty much killed. And then it got to a point where within the city itself, things kind of went more into the shadows, and that's where these factions kind of started growing. He kind of goes on to explain that there's multiple factions throughout the city that are fighting for control of the different areas, and that the hunters are kind of some of the more nefarious ones. They're the ones that will, whoever's basically paying, the most, they'll do whatever it is that they want to, to make a coin.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm gonna scrap out of character. Just trying to get notes down much as I can. I'm gonna scrape together was the hunters work barbarians grew to assassin guild more nefarious bunch.
Sounds good.
All right.
Can I see that dagger again? Gotta make sure it's the right one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he picks it up and he's holding it and he unwraps it and he shows it to you.
Can I have this dagger?
No.
What do you want this dagger for?
Yeah.
The poison.
Pop, are you okay?
I'm not okay, no.
Pop, just tell him that you want to use it as reference, so you can get back on the trail. You can do it, I believe.
I'm sorry.
Just do you see the poison on it?
Do I see anything on this dagger?
I mean, I guess if you want to roll I don't even know. What are you looking for? You're looking for poison?
You notice they're not touching it, right?
Perception? Yeah, I noticed that. Investigation?
Yeah, but what exactly are you looking for?
Any residue on the dagger?
Got it. Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check. Okay, so the dagger itself does look nearly identical to the one that you saw back at where Leia was killed. This one does look like it's a little dirtier, but it just looks like it's more wear and tear. It doesn't look like there's any poison on it, or you can't tell if there's any poison on it. But you do see that they're not touching it with their hands.
Why aren't you touching it? Just ask it.
The hunters use these daggers for assassinations. A lot of these daggers are bound to an individual. We don't know who it is, but from what we understand is that they're able to communicate and see the daggers once once they've touched somebody's hands. They're able to communicate with those individuals.
Interesting. Wait, who has the dagger in our group?
Nobody does. The authorities have it now.
Oh.
No one better check the bodies.
Nobody picked it up.
So we don't need that dagger.
Yeah, man. We
Face
just gotta
font
go.
chop. That JPEG.
We just gotta go buy the dagger from whatchamacallit, the authorities.
Oh my god.
It's confusing, right?
Do we want to ask any more questions? Does anyone have any questions that need to be answered? Okay.
Anybody?
I was gonna.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Did
thinking
they-
of, like, who the assassin might have been that who killed Leia, but I don't think they would know that.
We countered 3 of them. 3 assassins were sent after 1 person. So my question is, do they operate in groups, or is that just abnormal?
Do they usually operate in groups?
Yes. Most of the time they'll use some sort of diversion, and then they'll strike when the attention's not on their target.
Wow.
Okay. Let's see, what other questions can we ask? Have they ever caught one?
You guys ever caught one?
We have. And as soon as we were able to hold them down, they killed themselves.
Mhm.
Was it while he was attempting an assassination, or while he was disguised as someone else?
I'm sorry, what? I was paying attention.
Do you want me?
Assassination?
Do you want to
Yeah,
repeat
say
that,
it
or you
again.
just want to answer the question?
Oh, I'm making Pop do this.
All right.
Mhm.
My question was, did they caught him while he was assassinating, or did they caught him while he was disguised as someone?
Did you catch him while he was assassinating somebody, or?
Or
Disguised
You
as
can do
someone?
it, Pop.
My charisma is 8.
yeah.
Oof.
Well, you're working in character.
So
While
he
he was
says
disguised.
he says
No
no. He was part of another party we saw, and we tracked him throughout the city, and we were able to track him, and we saw him retrieve his coin from somebody else. The coins are more or less a business card, so it's kind of their mark. When they once their targets hit, they'll leave the coin behind as a sign to everybody else that it was them that killed him.
Whoa, a call sign.
Okay. Ask him if they caught any assassins here in this city.
Have you caught any assassins in the city?
Many of them, but all of them die before we have time to ask them any questions.
Next,
Is
where
this the only dagger you have?
This is the only dagger we have.
do they get their coins?
Where do they get the coins?
From what I understand is they get them from the mountains, but I don't know where.
In the mountains.
Hey, by chance, it might be the Gibraltar Mountains? Grand Patty Mountains. Shit.
There you go. I was about to say, if that's right. Is it from the mountains to the northeast?
Is it from the mountains from the northeast?
We don't know.
Okay, well, mountains. That's good enough. So
Anything else?
all of the assassins that come through the city, they come to the city. They are not citizens of the city.
All of the assassins are not from here.
Pretty much.
The hunters, most of them are from outside the city. We don't know where they come from. We don't know where they train, but most of them come from outside the city. All of us, we're all from the city, working to defend our land.
Okay, all right. I'm satisfied. Unless anyone else wants to throw a question in.
Poor Juan, he's having to relay all these messages.
Yeah, man. Just like imagine the fucking the Dragon Ball. You know, like you put their hand like on their shoulder, but it's like
Oh yeah,
instead of just
the King
full
Kai
way,
thing.
it's like
Yeah.
the
I am King
thing.
Kai.
So it comes back. He says it out loud. Then it goes back.
I should have said that all in my fucking accent.
In
Alright,
character, I have a headache. Out of character, I also have a headache.
Well then.
So we're done. You can,
Yeah, I say we're done.
we can,
Done?
you can skedaddle.
All right. Thank you for your information. Gonna head back to the boys.
The boys.
So as you're walking out, he says, "When you come back here, we won't be here anymore."
Oh, that's great. That's great. Is there any way to contact you?
He says, "Ask Elroy."
Good old Elroy.
Fuck
Good
it.
old He just didn't like your Brutus charm. Okay?
Didn't like the cut of your
Elroy's a
jib.
Ass. In ours.
I tell
Okay, so you
Radric,
go-
we
you
need
go
him.
outside.
Don't kill him.
Okay. All right. So door closes. Inside again, it looks like the same thing. It's lit up. There's people eating breakfast, just hanging out.
All right.
Juan's nose is just bleeding right now.
Radric's kind of half tempted to give another swack at the door just to show him that he's mad still. But
Oh no, you want to lose your axe?
I could get another one.
If I had minor illusion, I would
With what
trick you
money?
with it and make it look like you broke it. But I don't.
Quite close then.
There you go. I thought somebody had minor illusion. Who has minor illusion? Is it you, Anna?
Yeah.
Anna.
Oh, you do.
I'm just like breathing heavily.
You can't.
Oh, I have to deal with social interactions.
Oh no! Oh no!
Kind of our power, Anna. We're sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. So that's the information you guys have, and I think that's where we're gonna end the session for tonight. So,
Guys, wish notes is so good.
yeah, real quick. Where are you guys heading next?
We know where Ash went, right?
Yeah, he's at the morgue.
We can at least assume, anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
going.
You can assume he's at the morgue. Yeah.
I'm going to Ash.
Yeah, we'll go to Ash because at least we can tell them what we know.
Okay.
I'll show them the way.
Mm,
Unless everyone knows.
So for next time, it's just like I'm gonna stay there until nightfall. Doesn't matter if it's the entire day. I'm gonna stay there until nightfall, so I can go to the cemetery bit that you were talking about.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So, yep. Sorry we didn't get as far as out of the city, but yeah. You guys stood around.
You tried.
You guys
You
stood
definitely
around.
tried.
Stood around the building longer than I figured you would, but
We got some valuable information, had some valuable interactions, and
We had some laughs.
RP. RP,
Yes.
that's what matters.
That's
dude.
what
Character
That's it.
development.
Yeah, we got to build some of that, man. I felt like we just rushed into it,
Oh.
so got to get some hooks, man.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So just to verify, you guys are all gonna head back to the morgue, meet up with Ash, and so right now you guys are staying within the city.
That's correct.
Cool. All right, sounds good. All right, so well, thanks for playing, guys. I guess that's where we will end our session.
We're done.
All right. That was fun. I enjoyed myself.
All right, guys.
Did
much-
you?
It was very unfortunate I didn't get to tear down a house or kill someone or break a window.
Dude, it's not
That
my
door.
turn this time. It's your turn this time, Rema.